Hey y'all, welcome back. This was my garden about 5 months ago. You can see it was a total hot mess full of weeds and cardboard. Today I'm going to do my very first garden tour to show you the progress I've made since then. All right, I'm walking up on my bed. I wanted to give you a little bit of an overview. So this area here, we used to have 4 cedar trees, and then we had 2 cedar trees here and another cedar tree or some other kind of tree that I can't think of the name of. And then on this side, we had 2 small live oaks. We had to have all of those removed after our big ice storm in 2021. So this part of the yard, oh, and then I had my big old, what is it, ash elm. Here's the stump of it. I don't know if you can tell how big that is. It is covered in mushrooms right now. But this was my huge, huge shade tree. And we went from full shade almost to to full sun. So that's why we have decided we're gonna establish this bed of mostly natives. I'm gonna make this a pollinator garden. My goal is to do between 70 and 80% natives. Our grass, which was St. Augustine before we lost all of our trees, has now turned into a mix of all kinds of weeds and Bermuda. And we just, over the last couple of years, have decided the maintenance, the water required was not worth it. So we wanted to start getting rid of some of our lawn, hence my name Half Grassed, because I want to get rid of about half the grass on our property. And I started big. So this bed is about 22 feet deep and about 30 or so feet long. So it's a big area. Some butterflies. I'm not sure if we got rain last night or if this is just from the morning dew, but this is my back bed. I'm going to step back so you can kind of get a view of it from the side. This is our shed right here. And this bed is completely new as of March of this year. So we are about 4.5 months in. So most of the things in this bed are not established or haven't been established for very long. So this is gonna be my first tour. I've got bat-faced cufea. I did a little video where I planted these. These were some clearance plants. They're not native to Texas, but they are native to Mexico, so they're well adapted. I don't think they will make it as perennials, but they're super cute. They've got these little flowers that look like bat faces. My Esperanza here in the corner. This guy got kind of a late start. He doesn't seem to be growing very quickly, but he's getting there. Got a few volunteer sunflowers here in the back. Texas sage. This had to get a nice chop this year. This is actually established. This has been here several years. It was the only thing in this bed besides this Mexican honeysuckle. Here I've got some lovely weeds and some cardboard. I'm actually going to be mulching this today. I'm planning to put a couple of Yaupon hollies here that I want to keep in sort of a round form to give some formal evergreen structure. I'm going to go back to the front of the bed. This is a bunny tail, I think, grass. I got 5 or 6 of these on clearance, and I just love the look. They stay in this nice rounding habit so they don't spread. Flame acanthus, getting some of my orange blooms. This is spread very well for me. Still getting some height on it. Little dichondra, white gora. These are some Salvia farinacea that I've grown from seed. It's just called Better Blue. Better like Bedder, like flower bed. And they are just starting to bloom. I actually had 3 of them. The third one didn't make it for me, and you'll see, I mean, these were planted at the exact same time. There's about a foot difference in the size, so it's interesting how plants will do that. This, of course, is a pretty standard gold lantana. I'm actually going to be taking this out. I put it in this year because I knew it would take up a lot of space when I need it, but I'm not really fond of that kind of dark muddy gold color, and also it's not native. And when I'm looking at my garden, especially right now in the morning when there's tons of bees, this has the least amount of bees on it. My Lantana urticoides, which is one of our natives, this is typically pretty covered, so we'll be taking this one out at the end of the summer. But of course, we've got Salvia greggii. These are sort of my rock star plants. I've got them all over the place, and I've got them in multiple colors. I've got some Gulf Muley. I've got 3 right here. One of them I just transplanted. I had it a little bit further in the bed, and it just made more sense there, and I hope it makes it. But I have these because, you know, they're going to get the beautiful purple inflorescence come fall, and I thought it would be really pretty behind my my rock rose I've got here. And in front of my rock rose, I've got a couple of lavender. These have not been in the ground very long. I've had good luck and bad luck with lavender in the past, so we'll see how this one does. I've got a white mist flower. This is brand new, literally has been in the ground like a week. In fact, I still have my pot for it laying in the yard. I guess I got distracted, as sometimes happens. And then my Henry Dulberg salvia. So this is 2 plants. My original 2 of the blue, which I actually think is more purple, but they had a baby and gave me this white one. This is a whole different plant. So when it's white, it's the Augusta Dulberg, and then when it's blue, it's the Henry Dulberg. And I did not buy the white. She just appeared, which I'm thrilled about. I'm hoping I'll be able to propagate this one and get some more white. But you can see some big fat bees. They love this plant. I mean, I don't know if you can see them. There's probably 15 bees on this plant right now, but in front of that, for some contrast, I've got my Damianita. I've got 2, only one of them's flowering. Again, you never know why stuff does what it does, but I'm hoping I'm gonna get a couple more of these to put right here. In front of these, I have some creeping phlox. That is not doing great for me. And I really don't like the contrast of this creeping phlox. It's got the same kind of spiny needles as my Damianita. I don't really like them together, so since it's not doing very well, I'll probably pull this up and try to maybe put it somewhere else that doesn't get as much sun. Here's another Gora. I think this is the pink siskiyou. And along the front of this border, I've got Comfrena. And this was all grown from seed that I collected from a Gomphrena that I had potted last year. Got another Henry Dulberg. Again with the bees. This is one of the most exciting things. This is a desert willow. I actually planted this in the fall, so this is not just 4 or 5 months old. This has been here since October, I think. So I guess about 9 months now. And keeps getting these flushes of flowers over and over again. And I love the way these smell. I was on vacation last summer, and this was at the vacation house. And they just had tons of them, and all around you could just smell them. And I've seen them before, but I've never seen that many all in one place. And I don't know, something about the smell I just loved. It's not florally. I say it's more like old leather. But I can't wait until this grows up. We've got a couple of echinacea. These haven't been in the ground too long. I don't know if they're going to get any taller. I don't know if I accidentally bought a short cultivar or what, but they're cute. This is Liatris that has been knocked down. I can't even tell you how many times. This one broke off. This one broke off. It looks like it's resprouting. This one looks okay. It just had the top of it broke off. For whatever reason, my dog always runs into these. I don't know. I've got some milkweed here, just the Asclepias tuberosa. These bushes, by the way, so these are Elaeagnus, which I know can be invasive here in Texas. These are a sterile variety. And after we lost all of our trees in the big storm from a couple years ago, we had to put something back here. And I just thought these were beautiful. They get these kind of spikes on them that you can cut off. You can train this, but I think it's beautiful as is. So, oh, and I noticed this the other day. So this is interesting. I have a volunteer lantana. Can you see that? So that thing is growing up from between these two bushes. So it's got to be 5 feet. I mean, you can't see it. It's just coming up from the middle. So it's got to be, what, 5 feet tall? I don't know where it came from. But at some point, I'll dig it out. So, all right, now we're going around to the side of the bed. I've got another Gora here. This one was actually in the front of that bed, and the bushes were growing over it, so I dug it up and moved it here. This had been planted for a while, so yeah, came back nicely. Hasn't flowered yet, but still is really pretty. And this, here's another Henry Dulberg and another Gomphrena and some more dichondra. This is another rock rose. This one's called Ellen's Legacy. So it's got these maroon flowers that I love. And that's only been in the ground maybe a month or 6 weeks, so that'll be exciting to see how that grows. Here I've got a sage. I think it's Salvia coccinea. It's had red flowers on it on and off, but nothing right now. Another Salvia Greggii. This one's got the white. And yeah, we must have gotten some rain yesterday or overnight, because this seems to be missing a lot of flowers. I love the white just because it adds a little bit of calmness, but you still get that evergreen. And I skipped over my other Salvia Greggi. This is one of the raspberries. I just love these. Like I said, they're a staple for me. And then I've got another lantana over here. Lantana urticoides, which this one has taken a little bit longer to establish than the one on the other side of the bed. The one on the other side of the bed is, what, probably 3 times wider. So here's a fail for me. This is a little rosemary. Rosemary. You can see it in all of its dead glory. We were just too wet this year and this thing just didn't stand a chance. So I'm gonna leave it here. Just, you never know. And some more milkweed. And some more sunflowers. And a whole bunch of weeds. Another Elaeagnus that we're trying to grow in. My little goat. All right, now I'm gonna step back, give you guys a little bit of an overview. So this is a rock border. I talked about this in my last video. I've got this rock border in another bed right now, and I'm moving the rocks from that bed to this bed. And I'm just putting them alongside this metal edging. This bed is kind of the main focus that we see from the house. So we want to give it a little bit more structure, and thought the rocks would be of more interest. So this is 4 months of hard work. And yeah, for where we started, I am very, very pleased with the progress. Of course, every day I come out here and I think of all the stuff I still have to do, all the stuff I still want to do, and then I change my mind. But that's why summer is a great time, because you know, have all this time to start thinking about what you want to do for the fall plantings, and that's where I am. I've got a lot of empty space. Oh, actually, I did want to show you. This is another fail. So catmint is a plant that I love and I see everywhere. Put one in, it was doing great. And then I woke up one morning and it was destroyed. So I don't know if one of my kitties in the neighborhood has just decided that that's their new rolling spot. But yeah, every time it gets a little bit of growth, a couple days later it's gone. So might have to give up on catmint. Well, if you made it this far, thanks for sticking with me. Hope you enjoyed the first garden tour. If you did, I would appreciate a thumbs up, and definitely subscribe if you want to keep up with my progress. I'm also going to be sharing some plant profiles, some tips and tricks, and projects that I'm working on. I've got a shade garden I'm going to be filling in with some natives. I've also got my front beds and a couple of other established beds I'm going to be sharing. So hopefully I'll see you back here soon, and have fun in your garden today.